Are you new to Magic the Gathering, love superheroes, and are curious where to start first? Well, today we'll be looking at the Marvel Superheroes Beginner Box. Curious what to expect from this product? Let's unbox it and find out. Alright, welcome everybody. We've got the Older Dragon here. Today we've got the Superheroes Beginner Box. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Grab my trusty dusty knife. Cut it open. On the back of the box, it shows you what you can expect to open within. 2 instant play decks, 2 learn to play guides, 2 play mats, 8 jumpstart decks, 2 spin down life counters, and a partridge in a pear tree. Okay, so this is my first time opening one of these. Let's see how this is all presented. Okay. So inside it looks like we've got our product booklet where you can check out more products on the back, and we've got our token and tip cards as well. Go ahead and pull that off. Okay, let me see if I can get a good showing here. So we've got a villain with a villain token with menace and a 2/1 body. Okay, looks like we've got our first tip card there. I'll go ahead and flip it over to villain. We've got our villain token. Again, 2 power, 1 toughness. It has menace. All the other tokens are villains as well, but just a note, you can flip them over, and they are robot heroes. And then in the back, you have your tip cards. Okay, these appear to be our jumpstart decks. We'll go ahead and open up the card draw deck first. This deck is themed, centered around drawing more cards and drawing into your threats. Most of the cards in this deck will either be a source of card draw, or it will be a payoff for that card draw. So we've got Aimbot here, Brawn, Amadeus Cho, Bold, Biochemist. Let's quickly thumb through these. Get to the end here so we know what we're working with. Okay, so we've got Brawn, Amadeus Cho here. When he enters, you get to draw a card, and you get to put a +1/+1 counter on him for each card in your hand when you power him up. Bold Biochemist allows you to draw 2 cards if you do use his power-up ability, along with his +1/+1 counter. And Atlantean Cavalry is a payoff, so is Graviton, and so is Blue Marvel, all very similar. You put +1/+1 counters on them. Aim Scientist connives when he enters, so you do get to draw through connive. Got Super Intelligence, which allows you to enchant a creature with it and draw a card on each upkeep. Herbie Scout Unit allows you to draw a card on entry. And that's our card draw deck. Okay. So our artifact deck wants us to build up an army of artifacts. Not a lot of cohesiveness between the creatures, but we've got a mana source, we've got a couple of token creators, couple of power-up abilities. I'll probably even use this Ultron drone in an Ultron deck. Got an Aimbot, Victor Mancha, Runaway, and War Machine. He gets to tap up to 1 target creature when he attacks, so this is definitely a combat-focused deck. And repulsor bots, a little overcosted, but it's got a good effect where you can return up to 2 other target creatures. Got an indestructible equipment here, a source of card draw in Futurist Forge, more card draw, a removal source kind of, and then we get to the lands for the deck. I'm going to show the full art land, and I'll show the rest of the art for these lands. Our villains deck wants you to focus on just unleashing the villains within this deck. Again, not a lot of cohesiveness between the creatures. This one connives, this one attacks and deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you gain 1 life. Ninja of the Hand got a power-up ability with Death Touch. We got a cost reducer here for villains, and it also connives, so excited for this card. I do like this one. I like this one as well, Tombstone, another cost reducer. And then we've got Crossbones, which I'm really excited for. It's like a Perforos God of the Forge, if you're familiar with that one. Roxxon Brutes. Little payoff for your second card draw. And then Minotaur. Great card there, probably your main threat of the deck. Got a couple of removal spells here. And then we get to the lands. Got our full art land. And regular art land. And that's our villains deck. Our heroes deck really wants us to focus on just playing some heroes. They say you get some bonuses. There's some life gain in here. Peggy Carter's actually pretty good. It gives one of your creatures indestructible. But otherwise, we've got a life linker here with a power-up ability. +1/+1 until end of turn for a creature attacking alone. More life gain. Hawkeye being good with vigilance, but not much else. Okoye does create some soldier tokens, and those tokens do get first strike, so excited for that one. Some more life gain with a flyer here. Get to return creatures from the graveyard. Iconic Shield. If equipped to a creature, it allows that creature to give another creature indestructible. Pretty cool. Pacifism, I love the artwork on this one. And then our lands, our full art land here. And our regular lands. And that's our heroes deck. Okay, so here I start going through the tutorial deck. This is the Captain America tutorial deck. This is technically upside down. So this would be like playing it backwards. I don't recommend doing this. If you are a new player, I recommend turning this over and playing it as the tutorial suggests, but I just want to show you the cards within it. You got a lot of your traditional Avengers, missing some, of course. Excited actually for this Captain America card. Totally going to end up putting this in my Spider-Man deck, the mono white Spider-Man deck. Got some duplicates from other jumpstarts. And then your first couple draws will include Mandroid Squadron and Winter Soldier. So again, do not do what I did there. Play through it like the tutorial, and you should be all good. Okay, so here we're going to open up the Hydra Jumpstart deck. This deck wants you to focus on putting cards in the graveyard and pulling them back out by mill or sacrifice strategies. I'm showing you here the Do Not Shuffle Iron Man deck. Do not shuffle this like I did the Captain America one. So I just wanted to show you that there's these natural barriers here to keep you from shuffling. I'm going to go ahead and, I think, split this up here. Take off this Iron Man deck. Okay, so stop there. play your first game, then come back. But I'm going to go ahead and show the Hydra Jumpstart deck. Again, the barriers here that show you what you're getting. Okay, so we've got a repeatable reanimator here. Reanimates itself. We got a mill. When this creature dies, you create a token with menace. Another mill option. Payoff option for cards in your graveyard. A sacrifice outlet. A token creator. Of course, you got to have 2 or more creature cards in your graveyard first. So it's important to mill cards to get there or sacrifice them. We got Madam Hydra reanimated. Gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. So again, and gets to mill. So again, good payoff there. And then Ultimo Civilization's End. When it enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. You've got a removal here. You have returning 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. And then we get to Hydra Infiltration. So you get to make an opponent discard 2 cards, and whenever you attack, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Good for pairing with Madam Hydra in this deck. And then we get to our lands. Got our full art, and then of course our other regular art lands behind it. Then we get to our counters jumpstart deck. This deck is really focused around putting +1/+1 counters on your creatures, and of course on your trample creatures at that. So trample over your opponents after you put some +1/+1 counters on your creatures. Got some fun ones here with Hellcat that I just showed, and Gamma Grotesque here. Warriors of Wakanda. Mr. Hyde, Monster Within, all still centered around +1/+1s. Beast, a Rhodite Aerialist. The Thing, Ben Grimm. This probably feels like the most cohesive Jumpstart deck that isn't a tutorial. Training Regimen. This one's a good one. Give all your creatures trample. Plus, of course, the +1/+1 counters. And then we get to our lands. A full art land there is gorgeous. And then we get to our other basic lands. And that's the counters deck. Okay. Further, we've got our rules reference guide. We've got our quick start guide for your Iron Man deck. You have a quick start guide for your Captain America deck. And we've got our spin down dice as well. These are particularly good for keeping track of your life total. Okay, so at this point, I want to go ahead and show you some of the play boards that they provide you in this beginner box. This is really good for first-time players. It really helps kind of set the battlefield up and where to place your library and everything like that for new players. I highly recommend new players use these. Okay, I'll go ahead and open this up fully. Okay, so we have the full board here. So here is where your library is going to go. When you have cards go into your graveyard, they'll go right here. This is where you will play all of your lands. This is the battlefield for your creatures. Here's where you can put your life total counters. And then, of course, anything that you need to put in exile, you can put right here. So this has all of the play areas that you would possibly need to actually play a game of Magic. Okay, so I realized in all of my excitement to just play with the cards, I forgot to show you some of the other jumpstart decks. So I wanted to go ahead and fix that in post. While I can't unbox these things for you, I can show you what is in the decks. So we have our other tutorial deck here featuring Iron Man. In it, we've got our Crimson Operative, where he has Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Super handy because this deck is filled with red spells. And whenever this creature enters, you exile the top card of your library, and you can play that card until your next turn. So a little bit of impulsive card draw there. After that, we've got a big, beefy creature in Hulk, Bruce Banner, followed by probably my favorite in the deck, Iron Man Tony Stark. He gives all of your attacking creatures +1/+0, and whenever you cast a red spell, you get to create a 2/1 colorless robot hero artifact creature token with flying. After that, you've got my boy Spider-Man, hometown hero, has reach, and whenever Spider-Man enters, target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn, which is handy because there are a few creatures in here with power 2 or less. Then we get to Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Black Widow, Happy Hogan, and then an enchantment here that boosts the power of all of your creatures, followed by some helpful spells here where you have Smashing Spree. You get to buff up your creatures and give them trample. You have Concentrated Fire, which deals 5 damage to target creature, and Repulsor Rays, which is a lot like Lightning Bolt, so a couple pieces of removal. And then you get your lands for the deck, which should all be mountains. Next up, we have our Young Avengers deck. So essentially here, you want to cast non-creature spells to help build your board presence and buff your creatures. We start with Speed. It has haste, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you can pay 1. And when you do, target creature with haste can't be blocked this turn, except by creatures with haste. You have Stature. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Stature has base power and toughness 4/4 until end of turn. Patriot Young Avenger has Prowess, and whenever you equip it, other creatures you control get +1/+0. So that goes well with the experimental armor in this deck. You want to try to equip your Patriot Young Avenger to give all your creatures +1/+0. We have Iron Lad, a flying creature that makes non-creature spells cost 1 less to cast. Wiccan Young Avenger. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get to exile the top card of your library, and until your next end step, you may play that card. So again, another source of impulse draw. You have She-Hulk, which is a 4/4 with trample, and you can sacrifice a land for 2 and a red to draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on She-Hulk. Then you have the Immortal Weapons. When they enter, you get to return target instant and sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. So that way you get to pull from the graveyard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains menace until end of turn. So good buff there. For the enchantment, you have Furious Strength. You can enchant a creature and it gets +2/+2 and has menace. There's the experimental armor I was referencing earlier. Then we have Lightning Strike, Hire a crew, which allows you to create a 2/1 black villain creature token with menace, and then creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Marvelous. Melee, which is a removal spell here for 6 damage. Then your lands for the deck, which should be your Thriving Bluff and 7 Mountains. And last up, we have our Ramp Jumpstart deck. The main goal with this deck is to ramp up with mana fast and then just deploy your strongest threats. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. In it, we get Undercover Scroll, which gets +2/+2 if you have 2 or more creature cards in your graveyard, and acts, in my opinion, more so as a ramp spell here attached to a creature. You have Moon Boy, Dino Rider. It reduces the cost of the dinosaur spells in this deck by 1. And whenever Moon Boy attacks while you control a dinosaur, Moon Boy does also get +1/+1 until end of turn. You also have Gert and Old Lace, Runaways. I'm actually not too familiar with these characters so much in the comics. But this creature in particular has Trample, and when Gert and Old Lace enter, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Okay, so this helps you ramp. You have the Fabulous Frogman, Warriors of Wakanda, Atlas Sizable Stooge. Here, this creature allows you to gain 1 life for each creature you control with power 4 or greater each time it attacks or blocks. Attacking or blocking being the key words there. Then you get to your Wakandan Royal Guard. It has Vigilance, and when it enters, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If that creature is another hero, you get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on it instead. You also have your big beefy creature in here with Savage Land Dinosaur and Floral Colossus. So what is nice here is this creature has hexproof, which is going to be wonderful. Your opponents won't really be able to target it. But also, its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control, so it's a direct payoff to all of that ramping that you've been doing. For the artifact in the deck, it is Team Transmitter. When another hero you control enters, you gain 1 life, and you get to add 1 mana of any color. This is going to go really good with hero decks, decks that are focused on deploying heroes. Then you have a couple of spells here with Thing Swing. It costs 2 less if you do if it targets a creature you control. Target creature you control deals damage equal to twice its power to target creature an opponent controls. And then Colossal Collision. You get to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. From there, you just have your lands. Should be a Thirsting Grove, and then 7 Forests. And that's all for your ramp deck. Okay, that's it. In my opinion, the Marvel Superheroes Beginner Box is the best place for new Magic players to pick up cool Marvel cards and learn the game of Magic along the way. If you like this video content, please give the video a like and subscribe down below so that way we can keep videos coming to your feed. I'm only just getting started, so look for more to come.